In this video, I want to talk to you about the Janome Harmony 7933. The 7933 is not a basic model by any means. You got a lot of really nice features on this machine. Ken Sewing was able to secure an order of these particular machines at pre-tariff pricing, and it's got a lot to offer. So let's take a look at all the features of the 7933. The first thing you're going to notice right out of the box, the machine will come already pre-threaded with 4 white spools of thread. What I really like about the 7933 is you got the telescopic thread stand, but all of my tensions, all of the places where I need to thread the machine, and that's the number one thing we always get asked when it comes to a serger: how hard or how easy is the machine to thread? All you have to do is follow all the color coding for each tension, and you're able to thread the machine with no problem at all. The 7933, you can open the front door, you can open the side for your maintenance and for any oiling that you need to do to the machine. A lot of your controls are built in right here, and we'll go over those in a minute. The 7933 is going to be relatively easy to thread for an entry-level model. Now, the working parts on these machines are metal, very good quality, larger motors built in, and that's the strength of a machine. Being able to serge all the way up to a few layers of denim down to what you're mostly going to be serging on will be something like this, a stretch or a knit material. Why do you need a serger? Well, first thing, a serger like this one gives us 4 threads. Now, we can serge with 3 threads or 4 threads. If you want to do a real pretty decorative row hem, like on napkins, I see that done a lot for edging, or like a little girl's dress for embellishment, I see that quite a bit as well. I have a universal throat plate. In the throat plate, there's little pins that your loopers are going over that helps form the stitch. When I pull a pin out or add a pin in, it changes the stitch configuration of the machine. You can also have it, and most of the time you will have it thread up with all 4 colors, because what's going to happen, your first 3 is help forming your chain, but that last one right here on the far left is going right through the middle of the chain, securing all that in. So if you look at a lot of your clothing now, those are put together in factories with commercial sergers. You can look at that stitch on the inside of the inseam of your pant leg or even a shirt, and you can see how those stitches are put together. You'll see that one chain going right through the middle, tying everything in. You will rip fabric out before you'll tear the stitches out, because having 4 threads in one place at one time, securely fastened, you're not going to have to worry about those stitches coming undone. Several nice things about the 7933. The threading is going to be easy, but I like the inlay tension system. This is your better tension system on a machine, because a serger sews so much faster than a regular sewing machine. This machine has the capability of 1,300 stitches a minute. When you're at full speed, it's going to be rolling right along, installing those stitches super fast. You're going to have the ability to easily adjust my tensions right here, and pretty much on most of your material, keeping it between 3 and 4, you're fine. But now you can manipulate the tension if you want to ruffle or gather material. There are other optional presser feet that you can get, and Ken Sewing Center carries all the optional accessories for the 7933, from gathering, installing blind hems into materials, cording and beading feet, those type of things. There's cloth guides available. We carry all of that. You will have the adjustable pressure here. We can regulate the amount of force being pressed down onto my presser foot. That helps me securely keep the presser foot on the material and allowing the differential feed to do its job. Now, what's differential feed? On this machine, there's 2 sets of feed dogs, and they're working in a ratio one to the other. So if I'm working with a stretched piece of material, we have that stretch going on. But having 2 feed dogs that's working in the right ratio, it keeps that fabric flat while the needle's penetrating the garment and while the knife's doing its job in trimming the fabric off. Now, we can disengage the knife anytime that we want to. What I really do like about the Janome machines, and they make their own sergers, they use really thick knives. That knife system is cutting from the bottom side upward. Several brands that's on the market, their knives are on top, cutting down, where you have more leverage with a knife system like this. You're going to be able to trim thicker material, and it puts the machine in less stress and strain, and you're going to get a lot better cut. You're going to get a lot better stitch quality on a machine like this. And of course, we can easily disengage the knife when we don't want to trim the material. We also can adjust our cutting width on this particular machine, and having a wider stitch for a decorative effect or a more narrow stitch for a decorative effect. You may not care about the decorative effect, but you're needing the utility effect. Sometimes having a smaller stitch makes a difference depending on if it's a youth clothing you're doing or a full adult. Here's where I can adjust and go from standard serge to the decorative roll hem. I don't have to change any throat plates. Used to, you'd have to have a plate just for doing roll hem. We don't have to worry about that any longer. This really helps keeping the machine open if I want to do any maintenance, because you're going to have lint build up naturally from the cutting and lint fibers from your thread, coming off in here. You can easily keep it maintained, keep it lubricated. We're going to be able to help you with all of that. And I have my threading diagram here, and on the machine itself it shows me exactly what tension I need to adjust the portion of the chain. The Ken Sewing Center is going to give you our premium support package with your purchase of the 7933. You can pick up the phone and give us a call, be sitting in front of your machine, or if you're in our area and want to come by, we will help you and give you lessons on the machine. We can talk you through so many things over the phone on this particular machine. On the right hand side of the machine, I have the ability to control my stitch length and the differential feed mechanism. It does come with a very good instruction manual, as well as an instructional DVD is included with it, but we're going to be happy to help you with any kind of question that you have on the machine. And I have my hand wheel here to turn it. And then I do have the same traditional presser foot lift like you see on any sewing machine. Now, the big thing about 7933, when I raise my presser foot up, it is going to release my tension disc in the machine, so I can easily pull my fabric through. For at the end of a serge that I'm doing, I don't have to worry about stopping, trimming thread. I can do that. I can come over here, I have a little razor on the side, or I can just come on back around and let my knife trim that material off for me. Let's do a little bit of sewing on this machine so you can hear how smooth it operates. My feed dogs do come out a little bit in front of my presser foot, so if I want to keep the foot down, I can do that, and it's going to grab the fabric and start feeding it through. You will get the electronic foot control with this machine. The harder I press on it, the faster the machine will go. You'll get used to adjusting your speed on the machine using the electronic foot control. It's a really smooth operating machine, really easy to operate. I'll just rake it right across there. And now I've installed a 4-thread with that safety stitch going right down, locking everything in. Sewing Center is your authorized Janome dealer. We carry all parts and all accessories for the 7933. We carry every model that Janome makes. As a matter of fact, we're a dealer for every major sewing brand. We can compare this machine to any other machine you're looking at and help you find the right serger to meet your needs. There's more information on our website, but feel free to give a call and speak with a sales associate today. We'll be glad to help you anytime.